Hi, this is Amy Grant with my friend Khalil Ekulona. Join us for a conversation about the me that remains.
The me that remains.
This project really came in through the side door. I didn't have a recording contract. I didn't have a budget. I just
did it.
Just had to pay for it one thing at a time. So in a way, like, there was no cheering section, but that also created it's just exploration. Yeah, everything about this it just emerged one step at a time, very naturally. And, and I remember having a talk with a friend of mine. We were on a bike ride in Percy Warner Park, and we stopped up on one of the beautiful views. And I said, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I just keep loading up. And I feel like I can't be there for the things that matter the most for me, my family, and for myself. And I don't know how to stop the wheel. And within minutes, I had a bike wreck. I mean, that bike, I was going downhill, and it hit a 6-inch deep pothole, and that bike stopped. And I flew. I don't remember any of it. But isn't it weird that I was saying, I don't know how to stop the madness?
Yeah.
There have been so many times in history, well, always, when we're experiencing the present that becomes history, nobody has the big picture. We're all operating in the world that we know that's right around us. And so many times when we are trying to understand the picture, I think we neglect the power that we have in what we choose in the environment right around us. And so all of us are making the world what it is, one day at a time, how we welcome ourselves to it, how we welcome each other. If we look at the world around us as us and them, or if we look at the world as we, I'll never forget, this was 2+ decades ago. I went to see a man he's passed away now, but he was, as a teenager, part of the Liberation Army that in World War II.
Wow.
So he was a foot soldier. He said the stench we could smell from miles away. We had no idea what it was. And he was one of the concentration camps. I believe it was Dachau. And he said, I will never forget just skeletal people hanging through the fences. And he's a teenager, but they were the Liberation Army. It changed the way he looked at everything. And so at a time in my life, he was such a beloved member of the Franklin, Tennessee community and a great storyteller. I had teenagers, and I went and I said, can you just give me any life advice for
Yeah.
And he said, I've got 5 phrases I want you to remember. And say these to your kids as often as possible. 5 phrases. Now put your hand up like this. And I said, okay. He said, you're going to remember them by the number of fingers on your hand. And the first one is, I am proud of you. Say that as often as you can. I am proud of you. He said, now fold a finger down. May I help you? Don't push yourself into a situation. Ask. May I help you? Everybody's trying to figure out their way. 3 fingers, and I said, I can guess that one. He said, yep, I love you. Say it as often as possible. Thank you. And then he held up 1 finger and he said, this is the most important one of all. And I'm saying, love, peace, forgiveness, Jesus. And he's like, nope, those are all good words, but this one will change the way you see the world. And I gave up guessing. I said, you got to tell me. And he said, we. We. He said, that's how you have to see the world, through a lens of we. And so, a feeling, to me, that first song is so about unrest. It's vital that we can sit in unrest without jumping to conclusions of how it can be fixed. And that starts inside, like within ourselves. You know, because you can sit with a feeling of unrest in yourself and go, la, 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 I got to medicate. I got to medicate with noise. I got to medicate with a drink. I got to medicate with scrolling. I've got to, and it's like, whew, until we can be present in the unrest and then go, okay, and welcome it. How am I a part of this? Because we are all a part of everything.
Hey, mister, where's the road to Yazger's farm? He stares at me with pity and alarm. Says that crowd left here long ago, scattered all to hell and Harper's Ferry. On the 6th of January, on the 6th of January.
To me, I just wanted it to be believable. That's really always the goal.